day 50 whatever, bipolar disorder, ketogenic diet. So yesterday I felt like I was on the verge of a manic episode, and today I have not. Like, I felt really good today, and I went to the gym and I lifted and I worked and I like did all my work early, and I went and climbed and lifted and went to yoga and hung out with friends, and I didn't feel that sense of dread when I woke up, and I didn't feel that like holding my head, just hoping, wishing everything would stop. I didn't feel that feeling today, but I felt it yesterday. And it was interesting. Last night, TMI, but whatever, this is the purpose of this. Last night I had like horrible diarrhea. Not like, not over the course of the night. It's just like one instance and it was over. And I wonder, I had garlic, several cloves of garlic with my dinner, with my steak and my green beans. And I just wonder, I haven't had garlic except for seasoned with, I put like a head of garlic in the first batch of lamb broth that I made. But I haven't had raw, like clove garlic with food since I've started this ketogenic diet. And I wonder, I also had butter with it, and I've been slowly adding butter with no impact. So I wondered last night when I had this feeling like, holy shit, I was in yoga class, I thought I was gonna shit my pants, and I come home and it's like massive diarrhea. And I was like, dude, what's different? I said, okay, maybe it's the butter, maybe it's the garlic. I eat same stuff today. I have steak in the morning, eggs, and midday I have like the sandwich that I make. I make it with venison or bison, and then romaine lettuce, and then I make this homemade avocado mayo, and then vegetables, and I'm doing butter with this stuff, and the same thing, like I had steak and then other vegetables with butter. No feeling, I don't feel like I'm gonna shit my pants with the butter, so I wonder if it was like the garlic. So it's like, this is the way the process goes. It's like adding in garlic, diarrhea, adding in butter, all good. So adding in a little bit more butter each time, like that's good. Now maybe I can start adding in another sort of dairy item. I don't even know what I could do. Can I do cheese? We'll see. It's pretty good. I would prefer to have more options nutritionally. Blood work wise, so well, stepping back, like so today's Wednesday. On Monday, I went out to this restaurant and they gave me like a marrow butter that tasted more like margarine than butter. And dude, I wonder how much of that like dread feeling is food related, you know? Like, it seems pretty extreme to say, oh, I had fake butter and then the next day felt like my brain was on fire. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's worth noticing. But doing more research, my blood work, so my LDL, my overall cholesterol was like 345. My LDL itself was 240, and then my HDL was like 105. My triglycerides were 77, I think. So my triglycerides are low, my HDL is high, my LDL is high. And everybody says like, oh, high cholesterol is bad. But they don't talk about the fact that there's multiple types. One is it's not matched with high triglycerides, which is important. And two, not all LDL is created equal. I didn't know this, but there's two types of LDL. There is LDL-A and LDL-B. And LDL-A is the good type of LDL. That's usually associated with eating a lot of saturated fat. And you can tell apparently whether or not because a lipid test won't tell you like, oh, this is LDL-A or LDL-B. It won't. But you can associate it if you have high HDL and low triglycerides and high LDL, it's likely that your LDL is LDL-A, which is the good kind. If you have high triglycerides and I believe also low HDL, and then high LDL, it's LDLB, which means that it comes from refined sugars, carbohydrates, all this kind of stuff. And that's the bad LDL if it's high. Here's what I think. I think in the middle of the 20th century, there was all this negative propaganda about fat and about animal fats and about saturated fats, because the American food, all these farmers, the government, they wanted people consuming cheaper fats. They wanted people consuming vegetable oils. They wanted people consuming canola oil. They wanted people consuming eventually high fructose corn syrup. They vilified nutritional fat, and they jacked up a bunch of fake research to say like, oh, fat in your foods leads to clogged arteries, and all of this propaganda bullshit that was so effective that we still find ways to reverse engineer it being true. It was so pervasive in the American consciousness that we try to find ways to make it true, because it's easier to convince somebody they've been fooled than it is to fool somebody. That's the wrong saying, but you know what I mean. Who gives a shit, dude? I'm feeling better today. 8.1 out of 10.